Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are having an amazing day. I'm on the porch again, down on the farm. Let me see if I can show it to you today. Let's see. You see? There it is. And I thought I would come out, see if I had a little bit of internet, and we could work on our letters this evening. Today, if you remember, now the last time we did the letter L. You remember? Have you been practicing the letter L? Prior to the letter L, we were doing the letter K. That's the letter K. And I hope with this newfangled piece of equipment, you can really see it better. I hope you can. I'm trying, guys. Let me tell you, and I know you've heard me say this numerous times, that my nephew couldn't sign his name, and it broke my heart. Since that time, he's been practicing and learning to cursive write and doing really well with it. But it broke my heart that so many may not be able to cursive write. Many years ago, when I was growing up, I couldn't wait to learn to read and write. My mom used to spell things that she didn't want me to know what she was talking about with her best friend. And it would get on my nerves. And I'd say, just wait, I'll learn to read. And I started learning to read, I guess when I was 3 years old. And by the time I got to be 4, I could read really well and write and cursive write. I learned the cursive when I learned to print and signing my name. I just thought it was wonderful. And I would practice signing my name for seems like hours because your signature is yours. Nobody else can sign your name like you can. There was a time in history when in America it was against the law for blacks to learn how to read and write. Guys, we've got to learn how to sign our names. It breaks my heart. I have inferior equipment, little to no internet. But if I can be of help to just one person to learn to sign your name, if you are a teenager, if you're a preteen, if you are in elementary school, or if you are an adult learning to cursive, I hope this helps. And as I stated before, in October or November, Spectrum has promised to bring us internet. And as soon as it comes, I'll start over with the letter A. If I can help you online, just reach out to me. You can reach out to me on my YouTube channel if you're joining me live there, or on my Facebook page, both the Old Bird Farms. Both of them. The Old Bird Farms. Just send me a message and I'll help you. Now let's get started. The sun is going down, so I think we'll use the white paper, continue with the white paper. I think we can see that better. So I'm going to move the yellow pads and let's try the letter M. Today we're going to do the letter M. I have to see if you can see me, if I'm in the shot. Remember how we're going to turn our paper on the table. Now I have this little table, but you have a big table or your desk, whatever you're writing on. and slightly tilt your paper. You're going to have the bottom on your right hand side, and you're going to tilt that bottom toward you. The top of your paper on the left hand side, and you're going to tilt it away from you. And you're going to write with what? What did I tell you you write with? What did I tell you? Your arm. You're going to form your letters with your arm. Your fingers are only used to hold your writing instrument. You can use anything. Pencil, ink pen, Sharpie, whatever works for you. So let's get started. I hope I'm in the shot, and I hope I'm not covering it up. Let me bring it down just a little. And I'm going away from you or close to you or what? Let's see. Now, if you slant your paper as you cursive write, your letters will be slanted, and you don't have to try to learn to slant. Now, I'm right-handed, and I'm teaching you how to do this right-handed. If you are left-handed and you need my help, let me know. I can cursive with my left hand, just not as well as with my right. So if I can be of help, I'm here. Let's go. The last time we formed the letter L, the wind is blowing, but look, we start at the top line. We have 3 lines. We go down, back up, around, make that loop. That's the capital L. Start at the top line, down, back up, around, make that loop, L. The little L. Start at the 3rd line. Come up past the center line, make that loop, back around, L. Start at the 3rd line, down, up to the 1st line, make that loop. That's the little L. Today we're going to do the M. The M. Now with the letter L, whether you're doing the capital L or the little L, you don't lift your writing instrument. Down, back up around, make your loop, L. Little L, start at the 3rd line, make that loop. There's your tail. You don't lift your writing instrument. With the letter M, we are going to lift the writing instrument. We're going to make that smile. Straight down. Then we're going to loop down to the 3rd one. Loop. Don't forget that tail. M. Smile down. Lift your pen. Make your loop. Lift your pen. Make your loop. M. Now you can make the M 2 different ways. Let me show you. Smile down. Back up that same line. Loop. Back up that same line. Loop. M. Or you can smile down, lift your instrument, loop, lift your instrument, loop. Don't forget that tail. It's up to you. Whatever is easiest for you. Now you practice. That's my husband. You form your letter what's most comfortable for you and practice it. Make it look much better than mine. Let's try it again. Smile down. Loop, loop. Don't forget that tail. Smile down. Loop, loop. Don't forget that tail. Smile down. Now you can go up that same line. Loop down. Up that same line. Don't forget that tail. It's up to you. Smile, down, up that same line, make that loop, down, up that same line, make that loop. Don't forget that tail. Now both of your humps or your loops are gonna be on that very first top line. Let's try it again. 1, 2, can you see me? 3 lines. You're gonna start at that top line. Smile, down to the 3rd line, back up that same line. You're gonna make that loop, down to the 3rd line, back up, make that loop. Don't forget that tail. Now practice, and both of these loops should be almost identical in size. Let's try it again. Smile, down. Now I'm going to lift my pen. I'm going to make that loop. I'm going to lift my pen, make that loop, and don't forget the tail. Now that's the way I form my letter M. Smile, down, loop, down to the 3rd line, loop, don't forget your tail. Smile, down, make that loop, back to the 3rd line, make that loop, don't forget your tail. Let's do it again. Smile, down to the 3rd line, make that loop, down to the 3rd line, make that loop, down to the 3rd line and tail. Smile, down to the 3rd line, make that loop, down to the 3rd line, make that loop, down to the 3rd line, and don't forget that tail. Smile, down. 3rd line, touch that top line, don't forget that tail. Smile, down. Touch that 1st line, touch that 1st line. That's the capital M. Now let's do the small m. Now the small m, you see you have 2 loops in the capital M side by side. The small m, you have 3. Start 1, 2, 3 lines. You're going to start at the 3rd line. You're going to come up, touch that center line. You can come up that same line, touch that bottom line, come up, and make that loop. That's the M. Center line, come up that same line, bottom line, center line. Don't forget that tail. M, 2, 3. Let's do it again. We're going to start on this 3rd line. That was my nephew blowing the horn. Touch that center line, back up, touch that center line, down to the 3rd line. Don't forget that tail. 3rd line, up to the center line, make that loop, back up to the center line. Don't forget that tail. Let's speed it up. Loop, loop. Let's do another one. Am I still in the shot? Can you see me? 3rd line, loop, loop. There you go. That's the capital M and the small m. Let's do it again. Now, practice, practice, practice. Do a couple of pages. Let's do them side by side. Capital M. Smile on that top line down to the 3rd line. Make the loop. Come all the way down. Make the loop. Don't forget that tail. Capital M. Little m, we're going to start at the bottom line. Loop, back up to the center line, back up to the center. Don't forget that tail. You can do it. Just takes practice. Those of you that say your prayers every night, every morning, ask the Lord to help you to learn to cursive write so you can sign your own name. Little m. Capital M. Now you can smile, go down, you can come up that same line, make that loop, come up, make that loop, and your tail. It's up to you. Whatever is easiest. You can do the same with the little m. Loop, loop, tail. Capital M. Smile, up, tail. Little m. Now do a whole page of this. And then do a whole page of just the capital M. And you decide what's easiest for you. Smile down, loop, loop, form your tail. Smile down, loop, loop, form your tail. Smile down, loop, loop. Or if it's easiest for you, smile down, back up that same line, loop, back up that same line. It's up to you. Now you practice and make yours. You see, I messed that one up. It doesn't look as neat. Just keep practicing. Make yours look better than mine. You can do it. You can do it. I have a friend. Her name is Mary. M A R Y. Does your first name begin with the letter M? Does your last name begin with the letter M? Let me know. Write it in the comments. M. Which way do you like to form your letter M? Don't forget the tail. Little m. It's up to you. Move. Do you like to dance? I've been watching my girlfriend's daughter dance online. Boy, I wish I could move like she moves. M O V E. Move. Wish I could. Little m. You can go loop, back up, third loop, tail. Or you can go now, make your next loop, make your next loop, tail. It's up to you. Whatever is comfortable for you to keep flowing. Because once you start cursive writing, you'll enjoy it because it just flows. Do you like to dance? Dancing is on my mind because I've been watching her. And your cursive writing should flow just like you're dancing. You know, they say when you dance, you should be graceful. Now you can lift it. It's up to you. That's the letter M. Let's try the letter N. Same thing. Smile, down. The wind is blowing. One loop. Don't forget that tail. Smile, down. Now you can go back up that same line. Don't forget that tail. Back up that same line. Don't forget that tail. Or you can smile down, lift your instrument, and make that loop. It's strictly up to you. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Because you see, they look very similar. Now yours are going to look better than mine. Smile, down, loop. Don't forget that tail. Smile, down, loop. Don't forget that tail. Smile, down, loop. Don't forget that tail. Or you can leave your utensil on the page. Smile, down, back up that same line, make that loop. Don't forget that tail. Smile, down, back up that same line, loop. Don't forget that tail. Don't forget that tail. N. That's the capital N. Let's try it again. Smile, down, loop. Don't forget the tail. Smile, down, loop. Don't forget the tail. Smile, down, smile, down. That's the capital N. Now the small m has 3 humps. The small n has 2. 1, 2, 3 lines. The N, we're going to start at the 3rd line, loop, down, back up. Don't forget the tail. Up, don't forget the tail. We're going to start at the 3rd line, go up, make that loop, back up. Don't forget the tail. Center line, touch it. Don't forget that tail. Let's try it again. Start on the 3rd line, make that loop, back up. Don't forget the tail. There you go. Come on. Takes practice, that's all. Boy, it's going to be great going back to school, knowing how to sign your name. And when you graduate, or before you graduate, if you purchase your first car, guess what you'll be able to do? Sign your name. on the contract. There you go. N. Now the N is just like the M. And you still see my bottom of my page? The wind is blowing. I mean, push it up just a little. You can start on the third line, come up and make that first loop and lift your instrument. Come along in here. It's up to you. Remember what's most comfortable for you. There you go. N. N. Capital N, little n. Now let's write them together. Am I in the shot? Smile, down, you go back up, get that loop, or you can smile, down, lift your instrument, make the loop. It's up to you. Capital N, little n, capital N, little n, capital N, little n. Now you've got to make yours look better than mine. I already know you're doing a great job. Now look, you got to send me pictures. Just take a shot of your page. Send me a message. Tell me what you need. What can I send to you to help you to get it done? Come on. You got to practice. There you go. You got it. Smile down. I'm off the page on that one. That's the letter N. That's the letter N. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. Hope I'm in the camera. So today, we made the letter M. Little m, 3 loops, 3 humps, whatever you want to say, and the letter N. N. Now tell me, up to this point, which letter do you like forming the best? I kind of like them all. And don't forget, tell me what your first name starts with. Tell me the letter that your last name starts with. And we'll really work on those. My last name starts with the letter N. N. A. N. C. E. That's my last name. What's your last name? Tell me. Now look, if you need paper, if you need pencils, tell me what you need. If you are a teenager, you probably want to write with uh, pens. Tell me what you're using. Talk with me. Tell me if this is helping. The sun is going down. I think we did well today. God is good to us. Have a beautiful evening. And by God's amazing grace, I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do the letter O tomorrow. Have a good one. And thank you so much for joining.